I'm going to test out the halo collar in what I believe to be an optimal location. If it doesn't work here, I really don't know where it would work, to be honest. When I did my first halo collar review, the GPS tended to jump around quite a bit, and the boundaries definitely were not very reliable, to say the least. So we'll see if it performs any better here today. And remember, if you do choose the halo collar for your pup, make sure to check my links in the description of this video to get the best deal that I currently know of. I'll always keep those links up to date. And here we go. So the nice thing about the location I've chosen is that there's actually a circle built into the landscaping here. So I can see as I'm walking along and, creating this fence. So basically I'm going to create a fence manually by, walking along with the collar in hand. What I'm noticing is that once again, location is really not syncing up with the app where the halo collar thinks it is. And it's not actually drawing that fence line very accurately at all. So I'm going to go ahead and try to draw it in manually. Let's see if we can draw in a fence manually here. All right, so that seemed to work pretty well. Go ahead and name this fence. All right, so this is the fence we're using. Let's turn on the fences. All right, so it should be good to go. And I just want to mention why it was that I chose this particular place to test this fence out. First of all, it does have this nice circle in the landscaping, so it makes it really easy to sort of understand what the boundaries are just visually. Second of all, this is right downtown. It's a very residential town. Right there we have the town hall, the police department's right behind it, the fire department's right over there, and across the street over here is the post office, like all within, I don't know, maybe a football field, something like that. If the halo collar is going to work anywhere, it should work here because cell signal should be just fine, and GPS should be just fine. I think it's a great test of how well this fence really works. And when I tested it the first time, I actually wasn't all that far from here. I was even closer to Boston. I was 7 miles from downtown Boston. The main difference is that during my first test, I was in a park. It wasn't really a residential area. Perhaps it was a little bit more removed from connectivity with cell signals and GPS and all that. So in any case, let's go ahead and give this halo collar a renewed boundary test. All right, so I'm standing in the center of the circle here, and it does seem like right now the dot where my phone is and the dot of where the collar is agree relatively, I would say, pretty well. So I'm standing in the center here, and I am going to wear the collar. I set the static correction a little bit lower than the default setting. I've actually set it to the minimum. The default setting is 4, which was quite strong the first time I got shocked with it. And so now I've set it down to 1. Hopefully it should be a little bit more tolerable. What I'm going to do is test the boundary of the fence here, and hopefully if the logic is good, holds sound, I won't get shocked. But if the logic does, kind of falter a bit, it'll be good entertainment for you and I. Well, me not currently, but when I rewatch this, it'll be great. But it will probably not speak so well for the halo collar. But I'm approaching the, walking towards the edge of the landscape circle here, and let's see what happens. Yeah, nothing. Oh, so there's the warning. All right, so I can turn around and walk back. All right, so that's good. Let's see what happens if I do that again. Still warning, so maybe I'll keep going back. All right, seems to have stopped warning. Let's try approaching the boundary again here. A little closer this time. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it is warning consistently. Not super dead on accurate like we see with the SpotOn, but not bad. It's working. All right, let's see what happens if I come over here and approach the boundary on a different side. And I'm getting pretty close here. Nothing yet. I'm probably out. Oh, there it is. Didn't quite make it out. Oh, and it is shocking me right off the bat without any warning. Luckily, I turned it down a bit. So okay, interesting. Yeah, I definitely saw that before. It does seem like it kind of shocked without any warning whatsoever. And when I said that, I mean like maybe there's a second or two between the initial warning and it issuing the static correction, but it's like I come to a complete stop when I hear the warning, and then within a second or two, it's issuing the static correction. That's really not great. And it's still letting me know, now that I've backed up, that that I'm out of the boundary, which I'm technically not. So look, can you use this for boundary training? Probably. Can you use it with the shock? I'm sure you can, but I think what's going to happen is your dog's going to get shocked, without any sort of logical reason behind it. I really think there are better options out there if you're looking for a GPS dog fence. You might enjoy my review of the SpotOn versus the halo collar, or else just, my SpotOn review on its own. All right, so I'm turning the static correction back up to 4, which is the default setting, and in my opinion is plenty strong for your dog to get to this point. Definitely more than I want to do, but you know what? Let's just see how well this works here. And as I was just, coming back to the center of the circle here, I did just get shocked out of nowhere, and it was no fun. And I was gonna save that for you guys on video here, but unfortunately it happened right away. But you know what, I don't want to disappoint you guys. So for the sake of YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and test the boundary here and see what happens as I move towards the edge. And I am in the center and walking out, so see what happens. Oh God, why do I do these things to myself? Oh, there's the warning. Oh, there it is, yep. Oh, there it is, yep. There it is. Oh. Once again, it issues the warning. I come to a complete stop. Don't move any further, and then all of a sudden it shocks me, like seconds later. It's just, it's not fair to your dog. I don't know what to say. I'm a football field away from town hall here. I'm a football field away from the post office. The police station's right over there, right next to town hall. Fire department's right there. Like, if connectivity doesn't work here, where is it going to work? Guys, you got to check out the SpotOn if you want a good GPS dog fence. And if you're going to use this, do not use it with the static correction for your dog. It's just not fair.